Audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Kameel Majdali.
We've been taking time to work our way through sure foundations. Everything from looking at our past, the foundations of history, looking to the future, where God has that future in his hands. We were talking just recently, Kameel, about how we know these are the last days. Tell us about another sign of the last days, the idea of this being a time of restoration.
Okay, Neil, this is a very exciting topic. First of all, the last days itself and some of the specifics. As I've alluded to in the past, in Acts chapter 3, verse 20 and 21, this is Peter's second post-Pentecost sermon. And here he says in verse 20 that basically Jesus is coming back. And then in verse 21 of Acts 3, he says, but before he comes back, paraphrase, all things will be restored that the holy prophets said would be restored. So that's very exciting. But, holy prophets, there are a fair few of them out there, especially in the Old Testament. What did they actually say would be restored? And there are a few proposals. One thing, of course, is what's happening in the Middle East, where key characters from the Bible, I'm talking about nations and cities that were in the Bible and perhaps then, how should we say it, hibernated or came off the scene, but now they're back on the scene. You have Egypt, you have Mesopotamia, known as Iraq, you have the rise of Persia. There was a Persian Empire in the Bible, and of course Iran is a major player today. And of course you have modern Israel, which is rather remarkable because their language, the ecology, biblical cities, all these have been restored. And that's not even counting the numerous prophecies from Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Zephaniah, Zechariah, talking about Jewish migrants coming from all over the world back to the land of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is happening as we speak. Are these restorations? What about Pentecost and the outpouring of the Holy Spirit in the last days? Well, I think that's clearly happening. And when you see how much the revival fire of Spirit-filled living has gone worldwide, surely it must be pointing to the culmination of the ages.
Is there a sense, Kameel, in which you talk about that restoration and the anticipation that there will be a really triumphant remnant of people on the earth when Jesus comes?
Well, there will be a triumphant remnant, but at the same time, his second coming will be preceded by tribulation. I don't believe it's all bad news, even though it seems to sound that way, because we know concurrently with apostasy and judgment and darkness and the like, there's also at the same time light and revival and kingdom extension. There's those that are on the sand being shaken, and there's those on the rock helping to do the great shaking. So however it may be, God is preparing his bride, and he wants a pure, spotless bride without any wrinkles or stains or tears of any kind. This is what's happening in our day, and I encourage our listeners to go with the flow of the Holy Spirit.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Kameel Majdali from Teach All Nations. Find articles, videos and podcasts from Dr. Kameel, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future in the Vision app or at vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.